It's your boy D-Mark, aka D-Ron. So back with another video. So Kurt Angle explains why he did not face John Cena in his retirement match from WrestleMania 35. So I had said this before in another video from like a year ago. I think what's supposed to happen is that John was supposed to fight Kurt Angle instead of Kurt Angle fighting Baron Corbin in his final farewell match at WrestleMania 35. So I'm gonna play the video. I'm only gonna play the audio from it. I am gonna put the video in the description so y'all could go and check out for yourselves. But let's see what Kurt Angle has to say here. And this is just only like a 1 minute clip, so let's get into it. And before we get into that, you have not already yet, please make sure if you are a new subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already yet, follow me all social medias, and I will be posting every single week. Let's get straight to the video.
The level that you want to be.
I retired myself.
You retired yourself?
Because when I came back to WWE, I wanted to wrestle. I was doing really well with the wrestling. Just done with TNA. I did a couple independent shows, keep my body in shape. I came back, and the WWE wanted to induct me in the Hall of Fame, and I was like, okay, but I'm not retiring. They're like, we know, but we want you to induct you in the Hall of Fame first. So they inducted me in the Hall of Fame. Next day, they're like, hey, we want you to be general manager. I was like, we want to wrestle. They're like, oh, we'll get to that. So I become general manager for about 9 or 10 months. And during that time, I became inactive. I didn't get in the ring at all. So when I finally got back into the ring, I lost the step. I looked old. I looked washed up. I wasn't moving the way I used to. It's like arthritis kicked in and just took over my body.
Sure.
I didn't like what I saw. I would watch films of myself, and I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I even said this before. It's like when you're in the wrestling business for so much long and you can't wrestle exactly the way you was wrestling during your prime when you was in WWE. So it's going to get to a point where you're going to feel a bit slow when you're wrestling. And as like you get older, like you're starting to realize that for me, that I feel like I need to retire. I feel like my time is up. It's like I can't do it anymore. So yeah, it's like anytime when you're like feel like your time is up, I feel like it's just already just hang up the boots and just call it a day. Don't continue to wrestle anymore if you feel like you can't go on. It just depends on how your body energizes of like if you're healthy enough to like move around like you usually do. So yeah, that's how like most older wrestlers get really old, like when they know their time is up. So yeah.
I don't want the fans to remember me like this. So I went to Vince and I asked Vince, I said, hey, I'd like to retire at WrestleMania. And I thought he was going to give me a really big retirement match. Yeah. You know, put me with John Cena or somebody like that. And instead he gave me Baron Corbin, who I love.
Sure.
But Baron was just starting out. And he said the reason why is because I was doing a program with him, and he didn't want to cancel the program and just bring John in. So he said, if you wrestle another year, I'll give you John Cena the following year. I said, I can't wait that long.
Sure.
I retired with Baron, which I was fine with. Baron's a great wrestler, great guy. I absolutely love the guy and I have a lot of respect for him.
Look, I can respect of what Kurt Angle is saying, but I feel like in my opinion that John Cena should have been the one to face Kurt Angle in his final farewell match. Like, if they wasn't going to do John Cena, then there's other people that Kurt Angle's old allies from back when he was in TNA, like Samoa Joe or Bobby Lashley or those type of people. Well, I feel like Baron Corbin, I feel like that's like the wrong choice that Kurt Angle made. It just did not. It was just a waste of time. That match, it was just, ugh. Like Baron Corbin though, of all people that you could have faced, like, in my opinion, once again, I feel like John Cena should have been the one that should fight Kurt Angle, which it makes sense because from 20 years ago, when John Cena made his debut back in 2002 on an episode of SmackDown, and he faced Kurt Angle the first time when John Cena debuted. So it will make a lot of sense if John Cena and Kurt Angle will fight at that year's WrestleMania during that time of year. But I can understand from Kurt Angle's point of view, I can understand why he wanted to choose Baron Corbin. And speaking of Baron Corbin, I mean, I just feel bad for Baron Corbin though. The fact that Baron Corbin, when he first debuted on the main roster, he's just been just an up and down roller coaster. It's like WWE just did not know what to do with Baron Corbin. He was fine what he was when he first debuted, but they killed him. The moment that Baron Corbin stepped foot on the main roster, they have completely killed his momentum, putting him in these god-awful gimmicks that I just did not care. I was fine with the Lone Wolf character. I was fine with that until he been Constable Corbin and Happy Corbin, which I don't really care about those gimmicks at all. But Baron Corbin, I found out that he ended up getting released this year. And I couldn't believe that he ended up being released, which at the same time I should be surprised about it, but at the same time I'm not, because when he came back to the main roster again, when he was in NXT, they didn't do nothing with him. They ain't done nothing with him other than put him in a match or a tag team with Apollo Crews, which I did not care about that either. But yeah, man, Kurt Angle, I wish for Baron Corbin all the luck in the world to find somewhere he could potentially maybe a star at. Probably in TNA or most likely in AEW, which I won't even consider him if he does go to AEW, which, the AEW is not in the best wheelhouse right now. It should be up here with WWE is right now. It's like WWE is right here. And AEW is here. AEW is so out of touch, bro. Especially with Tony Khan, which I'm not going to really talk much about. But Kurt Angle, bro, I could definitely totally understand where he's coming from. And I feel like everybody could agree the same thing, that John Cena or anybody else that could have fought Kurt Angle in his final match at WrestleMania. But that's just my opinion at the end of the day. I mean, it's his choice. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He got it up to Hall of Fame. By the end of the day, it's his choice. So, yeah, but that's just my opinion. He could have fought John Cena at WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, yeah. Y'all let me know. What is your thoughts about Kurt Angle's decision at WrestleMania? Do y'all think that John Cena could have been the potential opponent for Kurt Angle in the Kurt Angle's final match at WrestleMania? Y'all let me know what's your thoughts about it. And follow me all social medias down below. I'll be back with another video. Peace.
My moment to shine. This is my time of flight. I've been grinding forever just for this very night. I've been pushing for many moments like this. This time it's undervalued and no one ever could.